What's up, guys? My name is Adrienne. Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe it's that time of year where you sit down and you start talking about the mid-year freakout tag. Like, I cannot believe that it's already June of 2025. Where is this year going? Like, what's the hurry? Because it's crazy to me that we are at the end of June and it's time to film and talk about all the books we've read halfway through the year, where I remember January and it was snowing outside. And for like just background information, I live in Florida and it's not supposed to snow. But I remember going through that, and now I'm in June and I'm talking about my favorite books that I've read so far this year. But time flies when you're having fun. First question is, what is the best book you've read of 2025? And for me, this was a bit of a struggle, and I am cheating because the first book that I'm gonna name is a trilogy, but it's all three of them. Like, you have to read the whole entire thing, and I'm counting it as one, and that is the Edge of Darkness trilogy by Lee Rivers. The first book is Insatiable. I ate this up. Now, what I will say is, please make sure that you check your trigger warnings if you decide to pick this up. Read the trigger warnings, sit, let it marinate, and you decide if you are okay with proceeding, because this is a very dark romance. But I finished this trilogy, I want to say, in maybe 4 days. And I never do that. That's not my norm. It's not on audio. So I was like flying through this on my Kindle. In between any kind of free time that I had, I was reading this trilogy. I absolutely loved it. So it had to be on the list for best books of 2025. I do also have two more because I'm cheating, yes, but I'm giving you more recs. So the next book would be Monstrous Urges by Jagger Cole. This is the 5th book in a series. They're standalone series, so you do not have to read them in order. But let's just say this is a dark mafia romance, primal play, amnesia, badass FMC. MMC is very much burn the world for her after he gets past the point of enemies to lover revenge plot. Need I say more? I ate this up. This was one of those books that I named in my prior video where I was like, books I'm hoping to be 5 stars. It was. I absolutely enjoyed it. And that book is now on audio, which is what took me so long to get to it, because I had consumed all the other books on audio and I wanted to read this one on audio as well. And then the last book, which is a surprise for me, would be Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I think this is my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. The fact that I remember Lucas's name and we're in the end of June says a lot, because usually when I close the book, I don't normally remember the characters' names. Lucas stays on my mind. I absolutely ate this up. I love this book. I know it's controversial for whatever reason. Either you like it or you hate it. I'm on the like it train. It's one of the best contemporary books that I've read this year, because we know I haven't read that many. Next question, best sequel. Okay, I'm trying very hard not to put a whole bunch of Rena Kent on my list. So for me, this was the year that I read the Monster trilogy, and the best sequel for me is going to be Lies of My Monster. First off, if you've read the second book, the cliffhanger at the end of the second book, need I say more? Need I say more? Absolutely ate it up. I love this trilogy. If you are trying to get on the Rena Kent bandwagon, or if you've tried her in the past and you were like, no, she's not for me, but you have not read the Monster trilogy, I would tell you to try that, and then let's talk and tell me if you still are not a fan. Okay, so the next question, worst sequel. I won't say these are the worst books, and if you love these books, I love that for you. These books just did not live up to the hype for me, and so I have two. Both of them pay me because I did love all the other books in the series, but I don't know, these just fell flat. So one of the books I'm talking about is Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver. I don't know, like, Butcher and Blackbird will always live rent free in my mind. I absolutely love that one. That is my favorite of the series. Nothing in that series kind of lived up to that, but Lark and Leather, Leather and Lark, it was good. I think I gave it 4 stars. But this one, Scythe and Sparrow, I didn't believe their relationship. My favorite part was the crazy raccoon. I don't know what was missing. it did live up to my hype, and I ended up giving that book, I think, 3 stars. But I don't know if I just went in with, like, my expectations were too high, and then I read it and I was like, wait, what was this? I don't know, but it didn't work for me. And then the other one, which pains me because this is my favorite Michelle Hurd series so far, like completed series. The book that I'm talking about is God of Vengeance. It's the last book in, I think that's the Mafia, Kings of Mafia series. I think my problem with this one is, again, the expectation. Because this was the last book, because the MMC was like over everyone in this Mafia series, I just knew that he was going to be like my new book boyfriend. I knew that I was going to fall head over heels in love with this book. And the sad part is I loved the FMC. I wanted her to pick somebody else. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just that I did not believe that he really loved her. I didn't believe their love story at all. The FMC, she is abused by her parents. She just has to overcome so much. And she's such a badass. Like, she literally gets plucked from Italy and dropped into this man's home. And he is just so hot and cold, more cold than hot, until he's not. And then even when they are together and he is declaring his love, I'm like, sir, who believes this? Who believes you? I did not. But I was just so disappointed because, like I said, this was one that I would have anticipated 5 stars, and it ended up being 3 stars for me. But those were my 2 like disappointments, I would say, of 2025. Again, if you love these books, I love that for you. I'm hurt that I didn't love them because these are 2 authors, mainly Michelle Hurd. Michelle Hurd is one of my favorite mafia romance authors, so this is no diss at all. Anything she writes, I'ma read it. I don't know. I wanted so much more from this couple that I didn't get. Moving on to more positive vibes. Question is, new releases you haven't read yet but want to. Number 1 is Bourbon and Proof by Victoria Wilder. This is the 3rd and final book in the Fox Brothers series. The first book is Bourbon and Lies. The second book is Bourbon and Secrets. Bourbon and Proof. The MMC in this book is the older brother. Now, you first meet him in Bourbon and Lies. He is the one that, when I was reading Bourbon and Lies, the opening scene introduces him. I thought this was our hero. And then I found out, no, he's not our hero. And when I tell you, I would later meet Victoria Wilder at a book signing, and I was like, why do we have to wait to get the older brother last? Like, why do we have to wait to the 3rd book to get him? So the way that I need to sit down and just consume this book, it's been out for like 3 weeks, I think, and I don't know why I have not cracked it open, but top of my TBR to get to this book. The book that I want to talk about is The Devil and His Goddess by Silver Michaela. Now, I read The Devil and His Sparrow, which you'll see on this list shortly in a question, and I gave it 5 stars. This is a paranormal, urban, demon, human, rock star romance. All the things that I named, I normally would not have ever picked up this book. I picked up this book because of the cover, which I'll insert a picture because, I don't know, I love this cover. The way I ate this book up, the way I gave this book 5 stars, the way I do not stop talking about this book. And I bet you're like, well, Adrienne, why wasn't that on Best Books of 2025? I'm trying not to repeat. So you will see this book coming up. Oh, and then last but certainly not least, and I've been holding off reading this book because I'm going to a book signing that will have this author, and so I was like, I want to read it closer to when I'm actually going to meet her so I can fangirl, is Psychotic Obsession by Lee Rivers. Now, without giving too much away, Tobias Mitchell is a national treasure. You will first meet Tobias in the Edge of Darkness trilogy. The MMC in Insatiable is Cade. Tobias is his father. I love Tobias. I'm team Tobias. It's a dark romance. You know, again, check your trigger warnings. If you've read the Edge of Darkness trilogy, then you know who I'm talking about. And I've been holding off on reading this book because Tobias is my favorite character out of the Edge of Darkness trilogy. I know the book is not about him, but it should be. So I can't wait to read his story. His book is not a romance. If you've read the Edge of Darkness trilogy, you know that. So just going in, if you're going to read Psychotic Obsession, I would highly, highly recommend that you read the Edge of Darkness trilogy first and then read Psychotic Obsession. The next question, most anticipated book for the second half of the year. Easily, and the release date for this book is Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to me. Thank you, Miss Rena Kent. Is Sweet Venom by Rena Kent. This is the second book in her new hockey series. The first book is Beautiful Venom. I cannot wait. First off, the cover reveals for this. You see these covers? Absolutely stunning. If Rena Kent writes it, I'm gonna read it. Also, another one of my favorite authors has a book that's actually coming out July 1st. This book got pushed back because I want to say I was at Love in Vegas last year when I thought this book was coming out. And me and my friend Kamal was constantly checking our Kindle like, where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? And then the book got pushed back. So highly anticipated. The book is Beg for Me by JT Geisinger. This is her like Morley Gray series. I have given both previous books in this series 4 and 5 stars. I can't wait. This is a reverse age gap workplace romance. He falls first. His brothers are mentally unhinged in the best possible way. So I'm hoping he's going to give me that same kind of energy. If JT writes it, I'm going to read it. Next question is biggest surprise of 2025. I'm choosing to do the positive part of that because I have seen that you could do like biggest surprise, but not in a good way. And all 3 books that I'm going to talk about are 5 stars. So the first one is Grave Matter by Karina Hawley. I just finished this book. I literally just finished this book like yesterday and it's making the list. This book, Grave Matter, is a horror, dark academia, psychological thriller romance. Those are all the different things that is in it. I was reading this book and it was not normally something that I would pick up. This book is perfect for spooky season. Now, why, you may ask yourself, Adrienne, you just said in a previous vlog how you wanted to like get summer books. I don't know what happened. I picked this book up because I've never read a Karina Hawley book, and I'm going to a book signing this month, well, July, where she's going to be, and this is her newest release. And I was like, let me just pick this up. It was on my Hoopla. It's an audiobook. Let's go. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I was confused for 80% of the book. Now, that may turn some of you off, but I enjoy not knowing what's happening. Like, and when I say not knowing what's happening, of course, I'm following the story. I know the FMC. I know the MMC. I know all the side characters. But you're wondering as you're reading this book, because it is horror, because it is a psychological thriller, because you don't know if you can fully trust the narrator. You don't know if she's unreliable. It had all. And then the romance, the spice, was 10 out of 10. It just, I didn't know. I'm like, where are we going with this? What is really going on? Because as you're progressing through this book, you're like, this can't be what's really happening. My eyes are deceiving me. And they were. I absolutely ate this up. The twist, I did not expect. Like, and I don't know if because I don't normally read this type of book, like I suspected some of it, but not to the extent that it was. I had such a good time with this. I would definitely say, if you want to hold off and read this during spooky time, because I plan on rereading this again and I don't do rereads, it is the perfect fall Halloween spooky book. And now I want to read her backlist because I know that she's a very diverse author with the fact that she writes so many different genres. Like she has contemporary, she has horror, she has a little bit of psychological thriller, she has paranormal. I don't know. I want the dark side of her. I want to read them because I thoroughly ate this up. The second book that was the biggest surprise and also the 5-star is The Devil and His Sparrow by Silver Michaela. That's why she did not make the best books of 2025, but she will be on my top 10 list at the end of the year. I ate this up. Like I said, this is not my normal book. I don't normally read paranormal, but I had such a good time with this. And now I think I like demons. Like I think I have a thing for sexy rock star demons. Take with that information what you will. Next question, favorite new to me author. Of course, Lee Rivers. The way I devoured Insatiable and the Edge of Darkness trilogy, she had to make the list. And then the next author that I would put on this list is Emilia Rossi. I've read His Tesoro and His Juliet, which are mafia romances. I do know she also has Omegaverse, like cozy Omegaverse, that I do definitely plan on checking out. But I love her writing. I love how she mixes heartfelt, real raw emotions. I love her disability reps in her books. And I love like how I literally, as I'm reading her mafia romances, they're feel-good mafias to me. Now, check your trigger warnings, but I read a lot of mafia. These are not dark at all. I think these are good books if you're trying to get into mafia romance or you want to dip your toes into it. They're mafia, but they're also like feel-good. And again, I love the fact that her last two books definitely have like different disability reps, and she brings awareness to that I don't normally see in other books. Next question, new fictional crush. This was hard only because there was quite a few and I had to like narrow it down. But the first one is going to be Jonathan King from the Reign of a King and Reign of a Queen duet by Raina Kent. Jonathan, I don't know, this man, like as I was reading him on the page, I was like, yes sir, come to real life, come off the page and just come in real life. I absolutely loved this duet and I absolutely loved this MMC. Now, is he a bit of an asshole? Yes, of course, but the way that he softened just a little bit for the FMC and the way he started opening up, I ate it up. He just gave confident alpha male billionaire, should I say less. Absolutely loved him. It would be Chris from Our Little Secrets by QB Tyler. Chris just had my whole heart. Chris, Our Little Secret is a workplace romance where Chris is married and he has a one-night stand with our FMC. So if you don't like cheating, this will not be for you. It did not bother me in books. So I absolutely loved Chris. I love to see how he knew he was wrong in so many ways, but tried to make it right with the FMC. Chris just gave sexy, hot, badass billionaire. I have a theme, badass billionaires. Sexy, hot, alpha billionaires seem to be my thing for men in 2025. And the last one on this list is Gabriel from Poisonous Kiss by Jagger Cole. He's a psychopath, but I love him. He is very unhinged. He is not a nice guy, but he had my whole heart. I was invested in this man from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. This book is tied for my favorite Jagger Cole against Monstrous Urges. The MMCs in this are very similar, I will say that. Gabriel, though, is not in the mafia. He's a lawyer, but Gabriel has a dark past. It's not even a past. Gabriel is dark. So I will leave you with that one. But if you're looking for a good mafia romance, workplace, boss employee, primal play, unhinged psychopath romance, check out Poisonous Kiss. Next question, books that made me happy. Caught Up by Liz Tomforty. I don't read a lot of contemporaries, as we know, but this book had me kicking my feet, laughing and giggling. I absolutely love this book. This book would be one that I would probably say is a 6-star read. I love Kai. I love Kai. I love the baby, the FMC, the banter. I understood her from the depths of my soul. I feel like if I was like a person who cried in books, this book may have made that list, because I just understood how she felt about so many things, with just, you know, wanting to make people proud, wanting, having a deceased parent. Like, I love this book. 6 stars. Check it out. This book, I was smiling. And she cooks. She bakes. She makes cookies and really fancy desserts. 10 out of 10. Oh, another book that had me kicking my feet for all the wrong reasons, and I will preface with this is a dark romance, but I ate this one up, is Tempting Arrangement by Jay Wilder. This is a workplace, forced marriage, unhinged MMC, FMC that's like, wait, what is happening? I secretly like my boss. I have a dark past. He will literally burn the world down for her with no hesitation. Like, none at all. He does not care. He just knows that he loves and wants her. And when I say this man is absolutely feral for this woman, yes. And he has no shame in it. And I ate it up. It was kicking my feet and laughing the whole time. I absolutely loved this book. Next question, most beautiful book you've purchased this year. And I didn't know if this was cheating because I am going to hold up a special edition of one of my favorite trilogies ever. Hopefully it's not cheating to you all, but the most beautiful book that I've purchased this year is Vow of Deception by Rena Kent. These are absolutely stunning. If you don't listen to anything or any recommendation about a Rena Kent book, also check out this trilogy. Consumed by Deception, and then Tempted by Deception. Hi, Adrian. We have the same name, spelled differently, but we have the same name. I think these are the prettiest books that I've purchased this year. And the last question, books you need to read by the end of the year. And I really struggle with this because I will add a book to my TBR. Like, you will say, ooh, Mafia. I'm like, oh, add it to TBR. Dark Romance, ooh, add it to TBR. Workplace, added to TBR. So there's like 400 books on my Goodreads to be read. So for me to try to narrow them down, but these are the three that have stayed on my mind the most, and that is King of Envy by Anna Wong. Everyone is like, if you like Twisted Lies, if you like Twisted Love, you have to read King of Envy. And those are my two favorite books. Twisted Love is my favorite book by Anna Wong. Argue with the Wall. Second up would be Twisted Lies. So I definitely plan on getting to King of Envy. And the next would be Back in the Shadows by J.A. Onby. I read the first book in this series, the beginning of this year, and I absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars. It is another dark romance. You will not know, check all your trigger warnings, but you will not know what is really going on until probably like 70% of the book. But I ate that up. I realized books that I don't fully understand what's going on as far as the twist or what I'm being told, I question the whole entire time. I absolutely love those books. This book was not supposed to be a series, but apparently she released the second book in the series, because the first book you can read it and it gives you enough of an ending where you would be like, okay, we're done. But this author said, no, here's book 2. I want to get to that one sooner rather than later. I also need to read the next book in the Sinner Anonymous series, Sinners Condemned, because everyone talks about that, books 2 and 3, that couple. Everyone's like, okay, the first book, it's good. But the second and the third book, which is about the same couple, you will absolutely eat it up. And I want to be part of that train. I did like the first book, but I want to love books 2 and 3. So that is on my list. And then because I've been trying to read out of my comfort zone, this is a urban fantasy book that everyone talks about, and it's called Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa Corrick. I probably butchered her last name, but I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I know these are really, really thick books, which is a little intimidating, but it's on my radar. I keep seeing it. I keep hearing about this author, and like I said, I'm intrigued. So I may have to bite the bullet and listen to like an 18 or 19 hour audiobook. And I think there's 4 books in this series. I'm only committing to starting the first one, but I think I will like it because from what I've heard, it's in an urban setting, and I tend to eat up urban setting like paranormals or fantasies. So that's what's on my radar for right now. If you ask me this tomorrow, that list will probably change. But as of today, when I'm filming this, that's what's on my radar for the rest of the year for 2025. If you've made it to the end of this video and you want to let me know, leave me the fire emoji that goes with these beautiful special editions of the Vow of Deception trilogy by Rena Ken. I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.